Well, as we continue our summer check-ins across the Flames TV recent signings and re-signings, let's welcome in Ben Jones, who joins us from Ontario, his home over the course of the summer. And maybe just first of all, Ben, congratulations, new contract, obviously joining the Calgary Flames organization. What about this process and eventually landing on Calgary as the place to come?
Yeah, well, first off, just obviously want to say thank you and thanks for having me on. Super excited to be a Calgary Flame and really excited that we got something done and get to head to Calgary here coming up in the next month or so.
What I mean, maybe take me through it. What's the process like when you're, talking to teams and trying to get a gauge on where everybody's at and what might be a good fit for you as a player?
Yeah, honestly, it was a bit of a shock to me. I didn't, never been through it, so it was a bit surprising. Kind of how it works. Honestly, wasn't really sure how most of it works. So, just kind of talking to my agent a lot and going through him on what kind of teams are saying and how they were feeling. And then, Calgary was actually one of the first teams that called and said they were interested right away. So that was nice to kind of have that immediate interest. And then just going through teams and through some spots on where an opportunity was going to be potentially for me to kind of make a jump and put my foot in the door for the big club. And obviously spent most of the year in the American League last year, but, really looking to kind of make that jump coming up soon. And Calgary seemed like it was going to be a great spot. Obviously being in Canada was great as well. I love the hockey town and everyone says that Calgary is, quite the hockey town in itself. So I'm looking forward to getting out there and just, excited that we got something done again.
Well, and as you described, kind of trying to take that next step, I would imagine last year was a big year for that in terms of development and obviously spending, a huge chunk of the year in the American League, but also maybe getting a little bit of that NHL taste. What did that mean to you? And how does that fuel the fire as to what you just described?
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, like you said, obviously spent most of the year in the American League, but got a little taste of kind of the NHL lifestyle, the NHL game, and whatnot. And honestly, it just made me kind of hungry for more of it. It was a great experience getting up, and obviously really thankful to the whole Vegas organization that I got to kind of make my debut there and got to start my NHL career there. But like you said, I kind of looking up to this year, it's something that I want more of and kind of hungry for more of is that time up top and just really want to make a push there. It was nice that those games I got to play in, it really didn't feel like it was too much different. It kind of just felt like, another game of hockey, which was great. I was a little kind of nervous coming in, making my debut, thinking it was going to be a whole new game and a whole new style of hockey, but it honestly just felt, surprisingly a lot more comfortable than I thought I would be. So that was great. And, just looking forward to kind of more opportunities like that coming up.
You described some nerves. I mean, was there a kind of a welcome to the NHL moment? Was there anything that stood out about that first one?
Nothing specifically. No, I mean, playing in that building was pretty special with the atmosphere that was there. Obviously, that we actually were playing in Hockey Fights Cancer Night, so that was my first game, which was a really cool experience. With my American League coach was going through some health concerns with that as well, so it was really special that we got to. There was a few of us up at the time that had been down in the American League most of the year, and so we got to kind of share that moment and kind of share it with him as well, which was great.
Manny Viveros, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. Maybe just as you're kind of describing, trying to take that next step, I look at the numbers, and obviously production-wise, it was an outstanding year last year in Henderson. I mean, did you kind of feel like, this was a big year in terms of, finding your footing as a professional hockey player, whether it be AHL or NHL, but just kind of knowing like I can produce at this level, I can do, what I've known I could do all my life?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last year was great for me to be able to kind of see the numbers transition with, kind of a full year. My rookie year was cut short by COVID. Last year was obviously a shortened season with some weird team stuff happening. Couldn't even have meetings and what kind of, that kind of stuff. But this year to have a full season, kind of find my stride and find that kind of that game that I was kind of looking for and trying to just develop myself into the best pro that I can be and kind of find my pro game and stick to that and kind of, like you said, show that, I can produce it. But, honestly, more so, I'm not really focused on the production stuff. It's more kind of the other side of the game. And then, I was just fortunate enough that, the numbers kind of came this year and I was happy to kind of achieve that at the end of the season.
Well, and it's good to hear you talk about that. I was going to kind of just ask you about how you see yourself as a player because in this system, especially under Daryl Sutter, you have to be able to play that two-way game. I mean, what areas are you really honing in on right now?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I've never really focused on numbers. That's never really been a focus of me, is, the goals and assist numbers. For me, it's always been defense first. That's kind of always been the way that I've looked at the game. I actually grew up playing as a defenseman for a while and then switched to forward. So kind of always had that in the, on the back burner, was that I was always kind of a defenseman first, but that's kind of still how I've played. I kind of learned early in my OHL career that leading to offense, you got to be able to be good in the D zone first, and that's going to lead to more offensive zone chances. And that's kind of the way that I've, stuck to. It's a really solid two-way game, obviously trying to, contribute when I can, but more so focused on, the D side of the puck first, and then kind of let the offense come as it does.
Well said. And maybe just kind of a thought on, as you kind of look at the summer, what about training groups, and who are you kind of working with over the summer, and how are you focusing on the game kind of to get ready for camp?
Yeah, so we actually, unfortunately enough, we have a really good group of pros in the area. We all skate a couple times a week, so there's a bunch of young NHL guys and some kind of more veteran guys that we skate with. So that's a really great group there. And then training wise is kind of the same. We all there's pretty much 2 spots in the area, so between the two, it's split up between all the pros, a lot of NHL guys, a lot of American League guys that kind of push each other, trying to get to the next level. So it's an exciting kind of time when we get to all join together and kind of compete in the off season as well.
Any familiarity with players in the organization? Anybody you played with down the road?
None really. I played with Oscar Dance in Chicago and in Henderson, and I saw that he just signed there a few weeks ago. So he's kind of the only one, but other than that, not really. No, to be honest.
Fresh start. All right. Well, listen, we appreciate the time, and look forward to getting you here in Calgary, and obviously training camp not too far away.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's it's sooner than it kind of seems. So I'll be down there in about a month or so, and looking forward to it.
Sounds good. Thanks, man.
Awesome. Thank you.